So let's get started. So those of you who don't know us, Alan is a conversational voice AI platform. Lets anyone add a complete customized voice assistant to their application in a matter of days. And joining me today is Adrian Hajdin. He's the founder of JavaScript Mastery. I'm James Shelburne, Senior Product Manager at Alan AI. Welcome, Adrian. Great to have you.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
In today's webinar, we're going to talk about how voice assistants are humanizing applications, how they're increasing app customer engagement, as well as increasing revenue in those applications. So part of our agenda today is we're going to go over first what are the problems with the current interfaces, right? And then how voice is solving that, how it's humanizing those applications. We're going to give a couple demos. Then Adrian is going to go through the newsreader application, which he built and added a voice assistant to using Alan. Then stick around because we're going to have a special offer at the end and show you a few more use cases. So let's get started. So really, what's wrong with the current interfaces we use today? Touch and type, right? So over the past 10 years, phone sizes have really converged to a size where they're convenient to fit in our pocket, and really they're not going to change much from there. And applications on mobile that we use touch with, it's on a 5 to 6 inch screen, and they're actually packed with a lot of functionality. And with all that functionality in such a small screen comes a lot of complexity in making it user-friendly, right? And often users have a hard time navigating these applications and learning how to use them for the first time, getting used to them. Really what's happening today is that humans are having to adapt to the technology, and they have to figure out how to use it and how to get the most out of it. And creating an experience that's truly user-friendly, right, and intuitive for users is, as developers, we know it's one of the hardest problems we deal with. So wouldn't you say that, Adrian?
Exactly. It is extremely hard to make a universally accepted user experience. Ask 100 different people how a certain app should look like, and you're going to get 100 different answers. That's why having voice control is great. You can tell your app what to do naturally as you would tell it to another human being. It is truly revolutionary.
Yeah. So finally, right, we take our phones everywhere, and we're multitasking, we're trying to do more than one thing at a time, and in general we just all live in a fast-paced environment, and really our users are too. So they need to be able to get things done while on the go. And right now with touch and type, it's just simply unsafe, as you see in the picture there, and it's not possible to do today. So how is voice solving this? Voice assistants in the applications, really the apps are becoming more human. They're just easier to use because people can talk to them naturally, get what they want, ask for help, get more information at any time, and just learn more. And really, voice can also provide proactive suggestions throughout the experience, where they make certain recommendations. Maybe there's some kind of a sale going on. Voice can cover all these scenarios. And thus the users are able to really discover the complete value that your application offers. And anything that was a problem before with touch and type user experiences, and people trying to navigate through the applications, trying to learn them, voice eliminates all of those problems. People can talk to them naturally just to get what they want and get what they need. And for companies, this is actually really transformational, because the benefits that users are getting really translate for you and for as product owners. It translates into increased engagement, increased revenue in the applications. And let's just say you want to integrate a voice assistant into an employee application, right? It has higher operational efficiency. We at Allen, actually, we've experienced that with Murphy Oil, where they implemented a voice assistant for their field workers who are driving all over these oil fields and completing tasks while on the go. And it's just much easier for them to use. So actually, I wanted to pause here and ask a question of the audience. What is your biggest problem right now with your application that makes you maybe intrigued to add a voice assistant to it? Is it that maybe engagement has dropped off? Is it you just want to increase revenues? You want to make it a better user experience? You know, what is it that makes you interested in adding a voice assistant? What are the problems that you're dealing with today? That would be really useful, actually.
Okay, and
So
I saw
yeah,
the Cisnada said that he just loved the video on YouTube, that he learned a lot from that. So that's great. Yeah, there are a lot of, like, you can even read the docs. It's so easy to simply learn about Allen and how to integrate it. So yeah, please continue, James.
yeah. So the other thing about Allen, and this is about voice in general, is that you can see what users are saying and where they're saying them in your application. So for example, here on the left, users asking, how is my health today? And they're saying it on this certain screen, right? So Allen is able to understand both the user's visual context as well as the dialogue context. And as a developer and product owner, you'll be able to see all that information. So let's just say they ask something new or they want something new on a new screen. Because they're asking for exactly what they want with voice, you'll be able to see that feedback and then implement it immediately, rather than, let's just say, with a traditional touch and type, where all you'll be able to see, and if you go back and try to understand why users are dropping off, is that, okay, they just went to this screen, and then they dropped off, right? With voice, it really gives you that pinpoint accuracy in terms of what your users want, so you can improve your product offering. So I'm going to give a couple demos, actually, of some applications that we've added voice to. The first is going to be a food ordering application. So let me just get out here. All right, I'm just going to keep that open in the background. Actually, I think that might have.
There we go. Yeah, it's awesome. It's opened.
Yep. What pizzas do you have?
You can choose from a few different pizzas: pepperoni, margarita, cheese, and Hawaiian. Which pizzas would you like?
Add 2 margarita pizzas.
Added 2 margarita pizzas to your order.
Do you have any drinks?
Opening drinks menu.
Add 2 sodas.
Added 2 sodas to your order.
Let's check out.
The total amount for your order is $24. What is delivery address?
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Okay, your order will be delivered to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Do you want to confirm your order?
Yes.
Your order has been confirmed and will be delivered to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue on September 30th at 10:47 a.m.
So you might have noticed a couple things there. One is that it was both a voice experience, but it also integrated deeply with the visuals in the application, right? So some client-side handlers should be written in order to make that experience happen. But as the user is seeing the screen, it's being highlighted as Allen is responding back, right? So it's both a voice and visual experience that's been synchronized there. And then the other thing is that Allen understands the context of where the user is in the application on each screen. So for your app, right, this is able to reduce the friction in terms of user discovering what's on the menu, right, or what's available. Then you could also provide proactive suggestions on top of that. Let's just say there was a deal for a medium pizza and a drink, right? If the user orders a pizza, they might say, okay, hey, there's a medium pizza with a soda available on sale now, right? And providing those types of suggestions is what helps really increase your revenue. The last thing is that let's just say the user asks for something that's not on the menu. Because you're seeing exactly what they're asking for, what their true intent is, you're able to take that feedback and really improve the menu in this case. So the second one I'm going to show is a Jeopardy game. This one's pretty fun. So we have, and I'm going to go back here. We have an application called Allen Playground, and it has several different voice experience examples in it. I encourage everybody to go ahead and download this. It's both available on the iOS App Store as well as on the Google Play Store. And actually, when you sign up for Allen Studio, you'll get the actual JavaScript scripts that are controlling these experiences, and you'll have all of that as examples to work from. So here I'm going to go into Jeopardy. This is just like the Jeopardy you see on TV. Let's play.
Welcome to Jeopardy! To get started, choose from any of the following categories.
Let's do Middle Ages for 300.
It's estimated this dread 14th century epidemic killed 1/3 of the population of Europe.
What is the Black Plague?
It's wrong. The right answer is Black Death. Choose the next category
I
and
dispute
value.
that one. Classic ad lines for 300.
Tastes so good cats ask for it by name.
What is Meow Mix? Great.
This is the right answer. You've won $300. Choose the next category and value.
Parts of Peach for 1,000.
These parts of a peach tree grow at nodes along the shoots of the previous season's growth. They're usually pink.
I really don't know this one. The buds?
It's wrong. The right answer is blossoms. Choose the next
Okay.
category and
That's
value.
close. But as you see, voice is an interactive way that the user can experience the application. And really, it's kind of a fun, it makes it a lot more fun. It's a companion that kind of can take you through the game and really help you discover what the game is about. And then also with games that might be more complex, it can provide in-game support. So with that being said, I'm going to go back to this presentation. The Allen platform is enabling all of this. So it lets anyone build and deploy an advanced and customized voice assistant for an application without a lot of the overhead that might be required for some other voice platforms you may know of. So it really only takes one developer to build the experience, to integrate the experience, and it's all created in JavaScript. All right, so from the audience, I'd like to just see how many people are developing with JavaScript now. How many people are also developers? And maybe some of you aren't developers either. Please let us know. With JavaScript, really, you're able to get unlimited flexibility in terms of the experience you create. And then once you create that, you can deploy it to any type of application. So Android, iOS, it also works with Flutter, Ionic, any website, Electron.js. Allen integrates with really anything. And then once you have that deployed in the application, you can make changes to the app experience without having to push a new release of the app. So it's a completely cloud serverless environment, and any change you make, you can immediately push to users. So now Adrian's going to go through how he created a voice experience for a newsreader app, and how he enabled that with Allen. So Adrian, I'm going to pass it over.
Great. Thank you, James. Yeah, let me just turn on my screen share. There we go. And I think you guys should be able to see it right now. Great. So I'm really excited to show you all how I created the newsreader app, but more importantly, how easy it is for you to build apps using Alan AI. Before we dive into a real demo of all the features that the application offers, let me show you how simple it is to integrate Alan. So after you visit Alan.app and sign in, you should be greeted with a page that looks like this. This is Alan Studio. Here, you have access to all of your projects using Alan. Let's try to create a simple app right now by using some of the predefined scripts we have access to. So if you click Create Voice Assistant and then go to Empty Project, in here, you can name it something like Demo. And then there, on top left side of your screen, you'll be able to add a predefined script. There we go. If I make this just a bit bigger for you, or yeah, you should be able to see it. There we go. So add script on top left corner. You can click that, and there we go. As James showed us, you have a lot of predefined scripts you can choose. So in this case, James showed you the Jeopardy game, but we can also choose something like weather. It says provides weather conditions and details like temperature, humidity, and so on. So if we click that and then click add one predefined script, while that takes some time to build, I'm actually going to show you how you can integrate this app that is building right now right inside of your code editor. So if we go back to Visual Studio Code, in here, I'm going to show you how I integrated Alan with the newsreader application. Really, the only thing you have to do is import Alan BTN or Alan button from Alan SDK Web, depending on the platform, of course. And then you just have to call it and simply pass in the API key. That is it. That's the only thing you have to do. Everything else, all the other complexities, of course, depend on your level of knowledge. But if you just simply want to include it, that's it. You have it. So now if we go back, and now if it's going to let me, there we go. So it's loaded in the predefined script. In here, as you can see, it is pulling the data from the weather application right there, all the real-time weather data. So we can say something like, what is the weather? And then we can choose, in Los Angeles or really any other town in the world. Looks like Alan is still loading. We're going to give it some time. But you know what? Actually, this is not all that important. We can even move on to the newsreader application. So as I told you, the process is really simple. All you need to do to add Alan into your application is put that API key there, and that's it. So now, enough talking, let me show you what the app does. Or even better, let's ask Alan himself. What does this app do?
This is a news project. It can provide the most recent headlines in mainstream media. You can ask for the latest news by saying, "Give me the latest news." You can also get news about certain topics, categories, and more.
That's great. Let's try with latest news. Give me the latest news.
For the latest news, would you like me to read the headlines?
Yes.
Disney World layoffs. 6,700 non-union employees are losing their jobs, Orlando Sentinel. Greenland's ice melting faster than at any time in past 12,000 years, The Guardian. Watch live. Comey testifies before Senate Judiciary Committee on Russia probe, CBS News. Kentucky Attorney General seeks delay in release of grand jury recordings in Breonna Taylor case, CNN. Would you like me to read all the news?
No, thanks.
We have the feature request for the positive news.
Yeah, that's a great thing. Yeah. Of course, yeah. But now let's see. Maybe we're gonna get something better on while we search the next time. So in here, I'll try saying, "Go back."
Sure, going back.
So as you can see, we can also search news for only specific categories like business, entertainment, general, health, technology, anything. But let's do something more interesting. let's search for news about a specific search term. You can ask Alan about absolutely anything. For example, PlayStation 5 is going to be released soon. So let's see if he knows something about that. What's up with PlayStation 5?
Here are the latest on PlayStation 5. Would you like me to read the headlines?
Yes.
Sony apologizes for botched PlayStation 5 pre-orders. Which PlayStation and Xbox games get a free upgrade? Sony's PlayStation 5 arrives November 12th, priced at $500. Retailers screwed everyone on PlayStation 5 pre-orders. Would you like me to read all the news?
No.
Stopping.
Okay, and now, as you can see on the top, we can also ask Alan to open the certain article. So in this case, let's say that we want to read more about which PlayStation and Xbox games are going to get a free upgrade. We can say something like this. Open article 3. And there we go. Immediately from CBS News, it brings us to that thing right now. So what else can we do in here? Well, we can search for news only from specific search news. So in here, we can get news from a specific source. More specifically from, absolutely any popular news source. Let's say that you only want to read news from CNN. We can say something like, give me the news from CNN.
Here are the recent CNN. Would you like me to read the headlines?
That's it. As you can see, I think someone in the chat was asking how come there wasn't any news about the presidential debate. Yeah, so there we go. It looks like there are. So yeah, this is it. We get everything there. Looks good, feels good. It's easy and natural to use. This app covers only a small part of Alan's possibilities. Trust me, you can do much, much more with it. Now, with this said, James, I'm going to let you take over.
Yeah, absolutely. Before I do that, so Adrian, how long did it take you to add a voice assistant, add the voice assistant with Alan to the newsreader app?
Yeah, like at the beginning, you mentioned days, but it actually took me only a few hours to do all of this functionality to this app. It's crazy how quick and how easy it is to integrate Alan, and more specifically, intuitive it is to integrate Alan. So it's extremely easy.
Awesome. Yeah, some of the people in the comments are saying viewers know how quick we did it. So actually, how fast did you guys do it? For those of you who went through the tutorial from Adrian on adding the voice assistant.
Yeah, and how many do we have from JavaScript Mastery Squad here?
Awesome.
Yeah, great. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so I will just show a couple more demos, just some video demos, and then I think we'll open it up to Q&A. I'm going to start with the demo from our deployment with Murphy Oil. And to set the context on this, they have field workers who drive around on a large oil field and service the different oil wells and pumps. And to log in their work and tasks, what they do is they use a mobile application that's mounted on the dashboard of their trucks. And now with Alan, they can do all of that with voice. Here's the demo. Hi, in this video I'm going to show you the IOP application with voice. This is the future of industrial operations. Hey Alan, what can I do in this app?
In this application, you can open a task, add a comment to a task, or mark a task as resolved.
Open Bring Well back online.
Sure. Would you like to add a comment? Or resolve the task?
Add comments, fluid flow in the well cleared.
Your comment has been added to the task. Would you like to make changes? Or mark the task as resolved?
Mark as resolved, detail entry as allocation skid issue.
Resolving task and added allocation skid issue detail entry. What's the description?
Fluid backed up in well zones. Take a close look at this on the next inspection.
Review your description. Would you like to resolve the task?
Yes.
Task bring well back online successfully resolved.
So before adding the voice assistant and enabling the complete voice controls in the application, these field workers faced challenges and they had to always kind of stop what they were doing to enter the information with touch and type. And it actually slowed them down from doing their actual job. And also, not to mention, they're driving most of the time. And there are points where they're driving and entering the information in the same time, and it was just unsafe. So now with voice in the application, as they're driving, they can just complete their tasks just talking to the app. They can also use this with Bluetooth in their trucks, which they do. So adding a voice assistant to the application actually made them more efficient in doing their work and safer. So this increased the effectiveness of their overall operation by 30% for Murphy Oil. This solution was also nominated for 2020 SAP Innovation Awards. Okay, I'm going to show a couple more videos, just this videos here for e-commerce, and then one for health and wellness. So let me show you that.
I'll take one Stella sunglasses.
Great choice. I'll add it to your cart. Would you like to add more items or checkout?
What's my total?
Your total is $68.48.
Okay, that's less than I thought. What else can I buy?
It's summertime. How about some dresses, shirts, or swimsuits?
Yeah, show me your shirts under $50.
For this budget, we have classic polos, florals, or chambray, and 2 others. Do you want to hear more?
I'll go with the 2 sleeveless and 1 long sleeve chambray shirts.
Added these 3 chambray shirts.
Check out.
The total amount for your order is $210.32. Do you want to confirm your order?
Yes, please.
Your order has been confirmed. Is your address the same? 46 First Street, San Francisco, California.
Yep.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
For users, voice is making just things easier to find. And actually, when you integrate Alan into your application, it's going to automatically generate a machine learning model based off of all of those products, everything in the application. So if those products change, Alan will reload the model, update the model, and facilitate those new set of products that exist there. So anything you want to update, it's very fast. For users, it's really easy to understand and navigate. And then post-purchase, they can ask about, hey, where is this item on delivery? And maybe there's a coupon there now for it. Apply the coupon. Things like this it's very easy to implement with voice because you don't have to worry about all the design and the UI that you would have to in a touch and type experience. Next one I want to show is health and wellness. With coronavirus, everybody, a lot of people don't have access to a gym anymore, right? So they're using applications to do at-home workouts. And typically, they set up an application on the wall or, away from them while they're on their yoga mat completing the workout. So they don't want to keep running back and forth between the yoga mat and the phone. Maybe that gives them some extra workout. I don't know, but it's just inconvenient. Actually, it's just better for them to say, hey, what is the next workout and be able to interact with it that way.
What workout would you like to do today?
Let's do a lower body.
I recommend 10-minute A flat and oblique sculptor.
Great, let's start.
Okay, starting workout.
What's the difficulty?
This workout is rated at 2 stars difficulty.
How many minutes are left in the workout?
There are 10 seconds left in the workout.
This is a great workout.
Added to favorites.
I feel like doing another workout. Maybe something that targets the back?
Starting 3-minute killer back toning.
Yeah, so there's just a quick example of that where it's a use case, people are away from their phones. Voice makes it much easier to interact and get the complete experience.
Makes you want to practice a bit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so here we just showed a few examples of how you can make your application more human with voice, make it easier to use, increase engagement from your users, and really eliminate any friction in the application that's there and improve onboarding enable users to really discover the complete value that your application is providing. Thank you everyone for joining. I think this was a great webinar. Appreciate all the questions and the interaction. So Adrian, I think a lot of people from this webinar know you, but how could they contact you? And I think you have an announcement coming up, right?
Yeah, sure. Like if you want to learn more about JavaScript mastery in general, you can check out a lot of educational videos on our YouTube channel, and you can also check our Instagram page. But like if you're new to JavaScript and if you want to learn JavaScript to be able to use Alan properly, I have some good news for you as well. Like you can contact me via any social platform and tell me you've been on Alan AI webinar, and I'll give you a special discount for the complete course to JavaScript mastery, which is launching tomorrow. So yeah, just send me a message. Let me know you've been here, and yeah, you're gonna get a discount. Thank you, James.
Awesome. Thanks. And so you can get started with Alan at studio.alan.app. I think we put that in the chat there. And you can contact me at james@alan.app. And of course, it's like if you want to just get started, you can start with Alan Studio. But if you want to brainstorm a little bit on a voice assistant that could work for your application or a very specific use case, and just we can talk about how that could work and how we can build that, please reach out and we can start the conversation and get that going.
Yeah, Alan AI has all social media platforms. I think whether is it Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, they have it all covered. So whether you need to ask some questions or you simply want to showcase a project you did after watching this webinar, feel free to hit me up or any social media, or also just tag Alan app, and then yeah, we'll be glad to showcase your projects you did.
Thank you, Adrian, for joining as well, and thanks everyone for your questions. Really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.